Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of F1 2020 My Team. Now I've found a cover for my microphone, so I hope that improves the sound quality. I realised that previous episode was not as good. If you haven't seen that one already, make sure you do. Click on the pop-out banner in the top right to check it out. But anyway, what's happening here is that we've reached Team Acclaim level 5, which means we can sign another secondary sponsor. Now, we're just going to deal with the simple matter of deciding which one we should choose. Now, as with all of the sponsors that we want, we're aiming to have a high weekly income and goal bonus, and I think the one I'm going to choose is Pay Night, which his target is to do top 12 finish during the race. I think that shouldn't be too difficult, but we'll see. I think sometimes we may have difficult races, but this should be alright. That's sort of encouraging us to push harder for the future as well. But anyway, as you may have seen last episode, our sponsors have moved all around because Codemasters have changed it so that they are more simple to access for gamers. But anyway, now I'm putting all of the Pay Night sponsors on. It's quite nice timing, but I'm just deciding which one to do. I think I put it on the Halo and sponsor slot 7. I don't know where that is, but anyway, we're now going to put another one on the rear wing, on the side of the rear wing, and maybe I'll get rid of the Pay Nights from there. We might have just put XXY there and get rid of it from sponsor slot 4. But anyway, that's all the sponsors sorted out. They're all on the car. At some point the Pay Night sponsors are pretty much impossible to see unless you have a really close look at it. So from that distance, you really can't see at all where you're looking at. Anyway, R&D, I think we're going to do engine power upgrade, and it's quite important really, because our Renault engine isn't bad, but definitely could be better. As for the other upgrade, I might. There's the option of doing a rear downforce upgrade, but I'm going to do the weight redistribution upgrade because the balance of this car isn't quite right. But after this upgrade, it should be good. I think that's coming in for. Oh, I didn't see it, but I think it's the Dutch Grand Prix, as with the engine power. But the durability upgrade, which I got from last episode, is going to be coming in for this weekend's Chinese Grand Prix. As for money business, I think we could spend some of it on the department stuff. So 1.61 million, I might spend one of those, 1 million on the analysis suite. That will increase the experience of my second driver, and I think that actually gets you more resource points, which will be useful. But at some point we'll have to upgrade the others, so then we can do simultaneous upgrades. But anyway, activities, we're going to do the sponsor advertisement for the drivers, and I think I'll just put in the power equipment upgrade and the G-force training to improve the racecraft of Nobuharu. But anyway, you may see on the 10th of April, we actually have an invitational event to do. And it's going to be, or it's actually going to be at the circuit. We're going to be in the next episode. That'll be coming out soon. The durability upgrade has already been finished, so that's nice to see. But anyway, now we're going to go to Netherlands to do this invitational event. I've actually just decided to skip to the end of it, but let me know in the comments if you think I should make another video specifically for this event, because now I'm just glossing over it, to be honest. 3, 2, 1. We've just run out of time for the next checkpoint, but anyway, we still pass quite easily, in fact, and yeah, that should give us $150,000. Quite an easy way to earn that, so that's nice. And we don't reach level 3 on our podium pass thing, but anyway, we'll get there eventually. And we've also got plus 1,000 driver claim, so that's nice to see. But anyway, fast forwarding time again, we've now arrived at the weekend, and as always, balanced tyre allocation preference, and we're just going to get into it. We're now there, and looking at the weather forecast, it actually shows that there'll be rain for the first part of the race on Sunday. Well, I mean, you get what I mean. Sunday's race day, you know what I mean. Anyway, that should be able to help us quite a bit, because I think I am quite a strong wet weather driver, but we'll see what happens. As for the dry practice session, we were second fastest, second only to Valtteri Bottas, and well, admittedly we are the only one on the soft tyres, but nice to see that we've got pace, and not good pace from Daniel Ricciardo as well. He's 4th. Lewis Hamilton down in 7th. I say down in 7th, that's not actually too bad by my standards. But yeah, my teammate is in 16th. I think he finishes 16th in quite a lot of the sessions. So anyway, resource points, we got a lot of them, and we've got 1,070 in total. We would want to do some upgrades for the next episode, perhaps. But claims going up, we're now just going to head over to qualifying. Here we are in the car for the Chinese Grand Prix qualifying session, and we are going to see if we can make another Q3 appearance. Maybe it'll be difficult, but you know, we can always try. Anyway, here's my setup. I changed it to 3/6 wings, which I'm about to do now, and I think that's, well, compared to the previous setups that I run usually here, that's actually quite low downforce, but it seems to work quite well, and quite, I think I didn't see the suspension, but it looks fairly normal, and tyre pressures obviously are all the way down, and yeah, hopefully it would work for this qualifying session, and maybe we can keep up the good result from last episode. Last episode we got into Q3. That's a bit of a spoiler for you. But anyway, we're 15th fastest, narrowly getting into Q2. My teammate, only 19th, but hopefully he can gain some positions during the race. And, well, let's just carry on pushing through qualifying, shall we? Anyway, Q2, here's my lap, and you can take the last corner quite aggressively. I'm running standard corner cutting rules, so track limits aren't too strict. Anyway, turn 1, I've run a little bit wide, but at least that can give you a good run through turn 2, and now coming out of turn 3, use all of the exit curb, and into the hairpin we go. End of the first sector is a green, half a second quicker, and now don't go too aggressive on the throttle, but you know, if you if you're finding it difficult with the wheel spin, you can put it down in no ERS. But anyway, here going through this right-hander, fairly simple. Now here you can use third gear if you absolutely have to, but fourth is better on a qualifying lap, which is why I'm using that. Alright, down to third here, hit the apex, and take it smooth around here. Don't hit the curb on the left, that will slow you down. You can take it here though. And now we're on the long straight. Open the DRS and try and hit your, basically just go as fast as you can. Hot lap max. We hit 208 miles an hour at the end of the straight into turn 14. Second gear, first gear if you absolutely have to, like when you're overtaking or something. Final corner. Don't take it as aggressive as I did. There you go. You can use quite a lot for the exit curb, but there you go. We may have lost a bit of time, but we are still 8th fastest. Not too bad. As it stands, we should be able to get into Q3, but I've just spun. I hit the grass, but anyway, end of Q2. How are we going to do? Can we get into Q3 for the second time this season? No, we can't. We've missed out by just over 0.2 of a second to Lance Stroll in the racing point. But, you know, at least we've out-qualified our rival, Daniel Kvyat. Once again, pronounce that wrong. Let me know in the comments how you should pronounce it. But anyway, yeah, we're still ahead of the two AlphaTauris. If you remember in the, what's his name? You know what I mean. But anyway, we are still ahead in qualifying, so that means we're level on points in the rivalry, and we're claims going up again, and this should be alright for us. And into the race we go. Remember that it is going to be raining for the first part, so hopefully we can use that advantage, if it is even an advantage. And Jeff here is actually saying, well, usually he says no heroics, but now he's saying just go full send it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. The ever-tightening turns 1 and 2 will prove tricky in the slippery conditions here at Shanghai, and anyone that slides wide will lose a lot of time getting back on track. Turn 14 should still be the best place for overtaking, but we'll have to see some improvement in the weather before the drivers can take advantage of that DRS assistance. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you know, you got your own race to run, I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Alexander Albon, and Perez, Ricciardo, Stroll, Holmes, and Valtteri Bottas, Kvyat, Gasly, Esteban Ocon, and Norris, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Roman Grosjean, and Nobuharu Matsushita. Sainz, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Magnussen, Latifi, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Cool. That's exactly what we're going to try and do. Anyway, welcome to the grid of the Chinese Grand Prix. And as you can see, our strategy it's going to go intermediates until it goes dry, basically. Fuel load, I've completely messed it up, and I can't go any further down. Seriously? How did that happen? I literally just went one click up and then it went 5 laps extra fuel. Sorry, 7 laps. I can't do maths, can't I? Anyway, it shouldn't be too much of an issue, hopefully, because this car burns fuel very quickly. Like, very quickly. But anyway, we're now on the formation lap, and
everything looks good on the power unit.
well, literally you cannot see the Play Night sponsors on the Halo anymore. But anyway, who cares about that? Have our tyres been in the fridge? No, they haven't, it turns out. That's actually, seems like the debrief that I had with the Vietnam Grand Prix has actually worked, so they've listened to me. They never listen to me usually, but anyway, if they don't, I shall fire them. But at this rate, if they keep warming them up in the tyre blankets, they shall stay.
You're doing well out there, keep it up.
Anyway,
we're looking at about
I've
10 more minutes of
accidentally
rain.
nearly
10
overtaken
minutes.
Lance Stroll. But anyway, Jeff just said that you're doing well, but we haven't even started the race yet. So anyway, let's do just that. There's 5 red lights on, and it's lights out and away we go. Terrible reaction time, but an okay getaway. We've built a gap to the car behind, but anyway, down into turn 1, the visibility is so bad that I did not see Valtteri Bottas trying to go around the outside of me, so I've just barged him out of the way a little bit. But anyway, we went down the inside of how many cars? Quite a few. But anyway, we're up into 6th now, and next up is Alexander Albon. He's quite pacey in that Red Bull, but you would expect him to be because he's in a Red Bull. It's not going to be next year though. Sergio Perez is going to be replacing him. So anyway, there was a yellow flag at the hairpin, but that was actually a false one, because it's just because people were going so slowly that the game thought that something was wrong. But anyway, we seem to be dropping back from Alex Albon, but I think you would expect me to do that because he's in a much faster car and he's probably faster than me as well. But anyway, we're now going round this corner here before the long straight. I think the AI are actually quite good at this corner on this game, in the wet at least, because every time I come onto the straight I'm having to try and pull away from them using a bit of overtake. But anyway, we're still in 6th place. We've managed to hold that position. We've got quite a lot of wheel spin, but we'll sort that out eventually. And there we go, that's the end of the first lap, and we're doing quite well at the moment. We're now on lap 8 because it's been such a lonely race, and
the rain is passing, expected to ease up in the next few minutes. The dry line will come in quickly, so don't waste any time getting back up to speed. Inters look like the best tyre for now.
Yeah, as I was saying, we were really consistently fast, and we were able to pull away from Perez and, well, not exactly catch up to Albon, but as you can see the track is drying up, and
try to keep this momentum.
I think now is the time for people to perhaps start changing to dry tyres, and maybe that will happen soon, or maybe I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. My teammate is into the pits.
Nobuharu is coming in for his
clearly now is the time to go on to slicks. I'm not sure if the DRS has been enabled yet, but there goes my teammate, and McLaren, I think that's Kimi Raikkonen in the Alfa Romeo as well. That's Romain Grosjean here. He's switching to the hard tyres. He's aiming to go to the end. So is my teammate, I think, and Kimi Raikkonen as well, and Carlos Sainz. As for Nicholas Latifi, I'm not sure. But anyway,
a new strategy is available.
Jeff is suggesting a new strategy. What could this be? he wants us to do a 2-stop.
Copy.
I mean, that would work, but I think, judging from Bahrain's result, I think the 1-stop probably would be quicker. So I'm going to switch to the hard, same strategy as my teammate, and hopefully stretch those to the end of the Grand Prix. Leclerc has gone on to soft tyres, so has Albon and Verstappen. I think others might be doing that as well. But as I'm not convinced that's the faster one, I'm going on to the hard, and to the end we go.
Pit strategy complete.
2 behind me, Bottas and Perez, are both on the softs as well. So they're doing a 2-stop, and pretty much everybody else around me is as well. Apart from Ricciardo, he's going for the 1-stop as well. So hopefully this is a good decision. You may have noticed that the track may not be still completely dry because I was sliding a bit in turn 2. But anyway, we're now on lap 13. Charles Leclerc is out of the session. He's got a mechanical failure and a virtual safety car has been deployed. And there you go. Charles Leclerc pulling off to the side of the track. And he's out. Hopefully this virtual safety car can bring us closer to Albon maybe, but well, from the history of safety cars, virtual safety cars I should say, they did not tend to last that long, and as you can see, it's already ending. Nice. Anyway, I just avoid getting a drive-through penalty by speeding in under virtual safety car again. Like last episode, I got a drive-through as well, and as I said before, tell LTA about, ask LTA about that, because drive-through penalties are not fun. But anyway, here comes Sergio Perez. I was talking about him being fast on that corner, and there he goes. He's got a good run on the straight, and he's got DRS as well, meaning he can go past. But I'm going to try and defend down the inside into the hairpin of turn 14. We don't manage to re-overtake him. We got a collision warning as well. But on the pit straight, we're going to try with the DRS, using some overtake and rich fuel mix. And it's, yeah, he's too far away already. So we may have to try again later. We're now coming onto the back straight. Here comes Valtteri Bottas down the inside into, what's that, turn 11, and he's got a bad run through there. He's compromised me as well, and well, we're going to try and get past with the DRS and slipstream. Rich, we used overtake for a bit, but not anymore. We're going to go round the outside into turn 14. And we've been tagged, I think, but we still managed to stay in 5th place. And here he comes again, round the outside of the final corner. He gets DRS on this straight. He's not in the slipstream of me for some reason, now he is. And here he goes down the inside into turn 1. Is he going to make it? No, not for now. But he's going to stay with me. Round turn 3 we go, and he's actually managed to make it work, and Mercedes has got loads of grip there, and that was, well, it looked like an easy move, but I'm sure that's not as easy as it looks. There he goes round the outside. That Mercedes has got loads of grip, nothing we can do about that, and we're just going to have to continue with the race. Here comes Sebastian Vettel. He's also on the hard tyres going to the end. We managed to outbrake him and stay ahead. And Perez seems to have wandered off into the distance, which is not nice to see. But anyway, we're now on lap 16, onto the longest straight we go. And Sebastian Vettel will have DRS, but his straight line speed doesn't seem to be the best, but anyway, he's going to try down the inside into turn 14. Is he going to make it? No, not quite. But he's going to try again on the pit straight with DRS. DRS, I should say. I've completely messed up my exit. Lots of oversteer, and he's going to get a good run on me. Here comes Max Verstappen out of the pits. We nearly run into him, and we still come out ahead of the two. In fact, Daniel Ricciardo has managed to jump Max Verstappen as well. We're now in 4th place. Hamilton has jumped me on his medium compound tyres. Once again, I'll mess up my exit. Sebastian Vettel goes straight past me, but we're going to try and defend. Into the hairpin we go, and we're not quite going to make it. We're now down into 5th, and around this long left-hander we go. Now to the right, and now, yeah, there's no chance. He's on the hard tyres. He's going to make it to the end, and we're already out of DRS to him. He was over a second behind. Now he's under, and we do actually manage to get DRS from him. But anyway, Daniel Ricciardo may not be able to overtake us here because of our DRS advantage. But yeah, we're way too far behind Vettel to overtake him. But I think we're going to get DRS again on this pit straight. Valtteri Bottas has pitted. He's currently on soft tyres. I think he's changing to the mediums now. But Lewis Hamilton leads this Grand Prix from Sebastian Vettel. I'm actually on the podium position at the moment. But now there's the charging Daniel Ricciardo right behind me. The Honey Badger and Max Verstappen as well. There's a yellow flag behind, and that's Carlos Sainz. He's out of the session, and he's still got DRS open. What? Oh, he's closed it now, but anyway. Another mechanical failure, and is it going to bring out a safety car? I don't think it did, but anyway. Verstappen's got past Ricciardo. He's now going to try and get past me with the DRS. Down this long straight we go. Don't forget the Honda power unit isn't the best on this game, but he's still got the DRS advantage. And round the outside into turn 14 we go a bit deep, and we do manage to try, but we didn't get past. Anyway, we're now on the pit straight. Are we going to try again? We've got DRS open, Rich and overtake, and we're going to go down the inside into turn 1. Is it going to work? We touched him a little bit, but we do manage to outbrake Max Verstappen and stay in 3rd place. That was a good move. Not the cleanest move I've done, but I think you can see down my side pod with the sponsor. The sponsor's nearly been rubbed off. But anyway, Max Verstappen, I've gone a bit deep. Verstappen's going to try round the outside into this double left-hander, and he does it. But we're going to get DRS down this back straight. Now here comes Ricciardo down the inside of me into turn 11, and we're going to try and use the DRS to, well, we're not going to use it to catch up to Verstappen, that's for sure, but we're going to try and use it to defend from Ricciardo, open it, and, well, he's got DRS open as well, don't forget. But anyway, into turn 14, who brakes the latest? Well, pretty equal, but my brakes aren't as good as his, which means we go a bit deeper. He locks up as well, which means I managed to stay ahead. Just about. And we've lost DRS to Verstappen. Ricciardo has a good chance of getting past me on this pit straight. Is he able to do it? Round the outside into turn 1? No, we do manage to outbrake him this time. But we, once again, not much grip at the rear, pushing the front forward as well. That's why weight distribution upgrades are coming on their way. But we do manage to hold on to 4th place. Behind Ricciardo is actually Daniel Kvyat. He's doing pretty well at this stage. But anyway, Ricciardo's going to get DRS on this long straight. Once again, we're on lap 20, and he goes, or he flies past around the outside. He goes, and I've tried to defend, but I had nowhere to go and I've run into the back of Ricardo. But luckily, no damage done to either car. We're going to get DRS. I've messed up my exit again on the pit straight, and I'll be going to try and re-overtake him. This is going to be a tricky one. We're too far behind, so it's not going to work. We're still in 5th place at least. It's better than nothing. That 5th place is how many points, I think? Yes, 10 points, which is nice to see. But anyway, Max Verstappen's caught up to Sebastian Vettel. He's going to try and move down the inside into this long left-hander, and he's managed to make it work. Sebastian Vettel is now in the dirty air of Verstappen. But anyway, here comes the other Red Bull of Alex Albon. He tries to go down the inside, but I get the DRS because I was behind at the detection zone. And anyway, into turn 1, we're still in 5th place. Albon's on I don't know how old they are, but he's on medium tyres anyway. He's going to go round the outside of turn 3. Is he going to make it work? Yes, that Red Bull, so quick. But you would expect that. We're still in the back marker car, don't forget. But anyway, he's up into 5th place. We're down to 6th. Behind me is Daniel Kvyat, and behind him is Lando Norris. How long will it take for them? Oh, there you go. Valtteri Bottas has got past all of them. He's going to go down around the outside of turn 14, but once again we do manage to barge our way past, but now he's going to go down the inside at the final corner. I'm having to run off the track to avoid contact, but I get DRS once again, meaning we are able to defend to 6th place. We're now on the penultimate lap of this race. Can we hold on? Don't forget he's in a Mercedes. It's so much quicker than this car, and undoubtedly he probably has more straight line speed as well with that Mercedes engine. But once again, round the outside of turn 3. It's a classic move now, but in the hairpin he locks up. Are we going to get past him round the outside? No, not quite. Once again, he's still got more grip even with the lock up. That's just how slow our car is at the moment. With some development, we should be getting better. But anyway, behind me now is Lando Norris. We're on the final lap, coming round the final corner. He's not going to be close enough to get past me, and it is going to be 7th place, 8 points against our name.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
And there you go, surprise, surprise. Lewis Hamilton wins the Chinese Grand Prix. Max Verstappen claims 2nd place. Once again, impressive podium for Ferrari. This time is Sebastian Vettel. And for us, it's been a good race actually. It's all down to that start we had with the intermediate tyres. That really gave us a great run into the weekend, into the race itself. But once it became dry, the front-running cars such as Bottas, Ricciardo, Albon, he started to come back, but you can expect that, can't you? They're so much faster at this stage, but with some development and that kind of stuff, we should be able to challenge some of the midfield and then eventually the top-running cars. But anyway, Ferrari leaps up into 3rd place, but
Thanks to
I
everyone who
don't
joined us.
think we lost
and
any
we'll see you
positions
for the
because
next
we
one.
were. I remember that we were in 6th before, but there's still a red downwards arrow on there. Anyway, we still went down into 6th place on the driver standings as well, being overtaken by. It was one of the Ferrari drivers. I didn't see who, but overall, not a bad weekend. Yeah, we were overtaken by Sebastian Vettel. He's got a podium anyway, so yeah, not a bad weekend. Both of us made some positions. When I say both of us, I mean Matsushita did as well, but he's still in 16th place. Once again, 16th place. He likes the number 16, doesn't he? That's Charles Leclerc's number. But anyway, the one stop or the two stop they were both good strategies. It's hard to say which one was better. So we've had 3 episodes where they're all different. One of them, the one stop was better. The other one, the two stop was better. Now they're pretty equal. But anyway, it's nice to see that we're getting improvements. So that's the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and tick the notification bell if you want to receive notifications for every new upload. Look at that move down the inside on that one. I'm proud of that. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for the Dutch Grand Prix. I think the upgrades on weight distribution and power are coming for that particular episode. So it's nice to see how many improvements we will make on our car. We certainly do need to make some because the balance is not quite right. The downforces needs to be improved as well, and of course the straight line speed. Durability is actually alright so far, but anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.